I'm walking in here because these people just fired me right after my husband died. I literally just went to his funeral and then they fired me for one day. They didn't try to say I wasn't here all last week. I was literally here. I found out he died on the 24th. Sunday, I didn't have to work. I was here on Monday and I was told to go home because I had a breakdown at the job. And do you know they fired me after his funeral? So we going in here to figure out why. As I've been here for months and was told I was gonna get hired on. And now I haven't even got hired on. They get PTO time. My husband died, I have no PTO time. I'm outsourced through a temporary services and they call me and tell me because they had one bad day, I'm fired. And I wasn't here all last week. And the woman I report to was on PTO. So how I wasn't here?
Okay,
that should be a completely different project. Is it the reason why I was fired after my husband's funeral? Because they called me and told me I was fired. And his funeral was Saturday, and I was stuck on the plane and couldn't get here on time. They said that you put in that I was fired and you was out all week on PTO. Everybody knew that he died. I'm not looking for people to give me no sympathy, but I have two children to raise, and I need this job.
It has nothing to do with that. I was told, again, all I did was ask, are we going to get a floater because you were not here? And apparently you were not here 3 days last week. So when I told Pete...
Who said I wasn't here 3 days last week? I sit for Miss Carol every day. Only days I was not here was Thursday and Friday because I was going out to Ohio to his funeral.
Well, again, you apparently were not here. I wasn't here, so I can't say whether you were or not. I was told you were not. So that's what I told them. And he said nobody ever told him that you weren't here.
I haven't even talked to Art. I haven't talked to Art since Buddy died. They don't even call me. I talk completely to you because we had a conversation about me talking to only you.
That's exactly right. But I told you that you still had to report to Art.
How I'm gonna report to people that don't respond?
Well, he said that he's never heard from you, and he sent you an email.
How he never heard from me when I've told you multiple times I can't get in touch with him? You even told me to go through you.
You need to call Art. You need to call Pete. That's your boss.
I didn't even know that. I don't even know who the hell Pete is.
Well, he sent you an email. He said.
No, he never did.
what? I don't even know who Pete is. Yo, listen, she did not get fired because her husband died or because she went to the funeral. She had other things going on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of other things. This is the nail in the coffin. The straw back broke the camel's back. This is the I can't take your shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like they just was like, listen, it's the perfect time to clean the house. Went outside, and when she went outside, they put her luggage out and locked the door.
So what I would say is she was a temp, she was a contract worker.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no security. Yes, condolence for her losses, condolence for all of that stuff. It's a bad situation. But these are the things you got to understand when you're a temp. Your job
is a temp. Yep, she had no PTO.
Yeah, so no, it's not even the PTO. Your job is not secure. It's based on the certain requirement. If you're full-time, you get away with that. You get your bereavement. You get all of that. You get what I'm trying to say? But when you're a temp, that's what it is. You're needed at a certain time. And if I'm not saying that she couldn't fulfill her job. It's just, hey, this is something that you got to kind of know when you're in a temp position. I feel bad. I do feel bad. But going up to that job, recording that video is not looking good for you. Once a temp agency say that's it, you got to learn to pick your stuff up and move on. You know what I'm saying? In this age, I think people be doing too much with, I'm going to go up there with my camera and record them and no. You don't have any grounds. That company didn't sign a contract with you. That contract is through the temp agency. You got to go up to the temp agency and fight that out. You get what I'm trying to say? But even with that, they ain't gonna keep you back because you just ruined it. You got to do everything through the line, rectify everything in the back end before you show up. Because now, look, confirming them ain't gonna help.
I'm gonna throw this question out, Toya, Brandon. Have you ever had a job where you didn't know who your boss was?
No, I knew the organization. I knew the chain of command. I knew if I couldn't talk to this person, then I had to talk to this person because they were still in a supervisory role. So no.
Yeah. Same here. Whether temporary or not, those are like the first few things you should know. Who do you answer to? If you have to call out, what kind of benefits do you have? These are all important things that you need to know when you agree to work somewhere.
I do want to give some pushback though. 12. Grief
Go
has
for it.
many stages, and her
Granted.
losing her husband, going up to the people's job with the camera and all that. Hey, she is not completely in control of what she is doing. She is acting.
Angry.
She is angry and she is just reacting. And so my hope is that somebody will give her grace. Somebody will understand just the context alone. Yes, this could be a supervillain origin story for real. But at the same time, somebody has to see this and say, she got fired, husband died, she don't know who she worked for. Give her grace, and hopefully they'll understand this was a really bad moment in her life.
Granted, I agree. I don't object to any of that stuff, right? I don't object to any of that stuff. But the optics still looks bad.
100%.
It still looks bad.
Why? Because she recorded it?
She's in an open office talking across the counter, having an open discussion. So they got people there. If I'm trying to get my job back, I'm trying to isolate it, sit down with the right people, and make sure my message gets to the right person because I only got one chance. Hey, let me tell you how it's gonna go for me. I walk in. AOP, who I'm supposed to talk to? I know I was out, right? I don't know the boss. I've been talking to you. Can I talk to the boss? Let me talk to the boss and tell him my situation.
So you think this is the first conversation she's having with the company since the burial of her husband, ex-husband?
Yeah, I believe so because I think it's genuine. I think this recording is real. I think it's genuine. So I would have to take it at that foresight to say yes, because she's going in there looking for answers to say. And I know where you're coming from on the opposite side.
She went in pretty charged up.
Yeah.
She's in the second stage of grief. It's anger. She's gonna be bargaining for a job. That's the next grief. That's the next stage. But she's in the second stage.
Especially if we don't know how her husband passed away. Was he helped like the breadwinner? So now she's got to figure that part out in addition to finding another job.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then she said she found out her husband died. So it's like, how did he pass? It don't sound on the level, like they weren't in the same state or something. I don't know.
That's what I was going to say. It was in the next stage. So
that's what I thought.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I see people like that. I see one of the secretaries that used to work next to me. She was from I can't remember Oregon or something and her husband lived in Oregon and she lived here in Connecticut. She was raised and born in Connecticut, but they've been married for damn near 50 years. And she got one of them husbands I miss you. He's driving 3 days to come meet her. But it's they have that thing where they travel back and forth, but I was like, wow, if it works, it works,
Indeed.
They got 8 kids. You know what I'm saying?
They met the 7 requirement.
So there's hope for the chick. There's hope.
You know what I'm saying? They got 8 kids, so something working. So, but yeah, that was that one. I in closing in this one, some people said, I hope she's doing good. Brandon said, she's going through grief. That's some real stuff. I don't want to deny that, and that's a serious topic. But I think there's better ways to go through to solve that. In resolving what she was trying to. But she was heated. But I think there was better ways to handle that.
Yeah, for real.
All right, Gavin.
Gavin, thanks for joining us.
Peace out, Gav.
Likewise. We gonna be here on Thursday.
As we are here talking, please hit that like, share, and subscribe. We got this QR code right here above my head. If you see it, please tune in to Late Night Live.